Yo, welcome to the Wild That's Crazy podcast. What's going on, people? This is episode 4. Glad to have you guys back. Thank you so much for subscribing, sharing, liking, and giving me feedback on the podcast. Thank you so much. So with that being said, no intro today. We just getting started. So the first topic, Doc.
We just gonna ease right into it, outgrowing friendships. A lot of people always talk about like relationship hurts with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, but nobody talks about the hurt you have when you have to break up with a friend. So have y'all ever had to break up with a friend?
Yeah, man, don't do that shit, but go ahead. Man, don't do that shit.
We'll start with who you want to start with, Doc. Which way you want to start
Go
with?
ahead, Shardae, because Vaughn petty.
So soft.
I have a friend that I've been friends with for a real long time. Like I have a male best friend and I have a female best friend, and we like a three-piece kind of. And she moved to Arizona, but we had to break up. Like we had to split ways. Like our lifestyles didn't match up anymore. So like it's hurtful.
You don't got the female best friend no more?
Was it chaotic or was it just like a soft separation?
What was the
It was just
lifestyles?
like a soft separation. I feel like I did a lot of like drastic changes over the past like year, like with health and like all of that stuff, like working out. Just my lifestyle was kind of different, and hers kind of stayed the same. So it was like, once you own something, and when I work out and stuff, I obsess about certain things. Like if I'm locked in on one thing, I'm obsessed about it, and that's just the path that I was taking, and our paths just didn't align anymore. Like, I wasn't going out. I wasn't drinking. I'm not eating all this extra unhealthy stuff. Like, I'm living a different type of lifestyle. So the things that we had in common, we no longer had in common. So it was hard to find, like, that common ground. And our time together consisted of those things that I didn't want to do anymore. So, like, we just had to go our separate ways.
Did you want her to go with you? Or, like, what did you expect out of, what did you expect the friendship to go?
Like I said, she lived out of town. So it really wasn't a place for the relationship to go. I don't really know what I expected, but I just expected for us to still have the same relationship regardless of like her lifestyle and mine. But in the reality of it, our lifestyle differences, it changed the way we interacted with each other, and it just changed the dynamic of the relationship.
Do you have any friends now that you have different stuff in common, or y'all?
Oh yeah. But like they live theirs, and I'm not critical of how they live their life, and they're not critical of how I live mine either.
Oh, Vaughn, you want to say something? You
Nah. So it's just funny. Like typically, like what I see is like if women think if you don't talk to somebody every day, they're no longer your fucking friend. Like I don't have to talk to this nigga for years, and he can still call me and be like, "Yo, I need something. What's up? I got you." Like women only got in their mind like if you don't talk to me every single day, then you're not my friend. Like, bro, what are we talking about here? And now I get it in your instance with that friend in particular, like you chose a different path, and to that point, like everybody can't really go where you're trying to go, especially when you're trying to like get yourself in a better position. Because some people want to stay where they are, and that's understandable. But that's still somebody you rock with. Like if she called you, want to have conversation, you're not gonna ignore her or nothing like that. No. It's just you chose different paths in your life at that point in time to elevate yourself, and that's fine.
And maybe I shouldn't say we broke up. I should say our friendship looks different.
It changed.
It just is what it is. Like,
yeah.
and that's fine. But like, because that's what happened. Like, men would go to whatever they gotta do, and endeavors they gotta do to better themselves. And I don't have time to do X, Y, and Z with y'all niggas no more. But when I get the time, we about to pick right back at where we left off at. We're gonna have these same dumbass jokes we've been had. Right. We're gonna catch up. Like that doesn't change for us.
The bond in a relationship is the same.
It doesn't change. Like it can be 10 years I ain't saw this nigga, but when I see him, like, bro, what's up? Like, women go fucking 3 hours out talking to their friend. Now they like, I need a new best friend. Like, no, what
Some
the
of them motherfuckers ain't friends. They associates.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what
they
the
co-workers.
And I was saying it's so funny because I'm totally opposite. Like I am that friend that you probably gonna have to you gonna have to call me. Like it's and it's not it be a lot going on in my world. You know what I mean? And I went through a lot of years where I tried to prioritize things, and it affected me and how I was moving and how I was progressing in my life. So, like you said, if I don't call you for a couple of weeks, it don't mean because I don't love you or I don't, I'm saying, I'm not there for you, not my friend. It's just like I got a lot going on, I'm saying? When you tap in, I'm tapping in with you. We can plan something, we can get together. But just to answer your question, though, I have had a situation like that where I've experienced a situation like that where I've had friends and those friendships, when you lose friendships that you are tied in for a very, very long time, they're sometimes worse than even a breakup. You know what I mean? You mourn those like the loss of a family member or some shit like that. Like you really kind of go through that, but at the same time, though, you have to get to a point to where you're comfortable and understanding that you're growing and you're changing and everything happens for a reason. So I understand. I think it's a part of knowing who you are, knowing where you at, knowing where you're going, and if that relationship is not benefiting where you're going, sometimes you might have to detach yourself, but it's not, credit to what Vaughn was saying, it's not always that situation. Like sometimes there just may be some time that passed. That don't make it a situation when a person is no longer your friend. It's just like, we just had some distance. I'm going through some things, and we gonna catch back up when we get together.
Yeah, I mean, I say my opinion is like you do outgrow people because your journey, like you could be headed this way, they could be headed that way, and the things that you held of importance, they don't feel the same way. And some people, like I look at it like this: I got different tiers of friends, and I got different sets of friends. Like some friends I could do certain things with, certain friends I don't do stuff with.
Right.
I may have one friend, maybe two that I could do everything with.
Right.
Like we can have conversations, we can go to the museum, we could go to sports, we could go strip club, we could go wherever. And we could do all those things together. But outgrowing friendships is just like you start seeing like this person ain't meant to go through the journey.
Right.
Some of them is just, it become distance, and it's like Vaughn said, you don't speak as much. But some of them you just outgrow, and y'all shit ain't aligned no more. Y'all just don't see eye to eye no more. Like the shit that you like, that you used to like doing, you don't like doing no more. I'm not going out to the club every day.
Right.
Like Shardae was saying, I'm not going to the club every day. I'm not eating bad every day. I'm not doing certain things. Now I go to church. Now I do couple stuff. Now I like traveling. Now I like doing these things or that thing. I don't enjoy those things no more.
Right.
So yeah, and then like you were saying, like you do outgrow people, and it can be tough. Because with me, I don't make everybody my friend. I like to say I got associates.
Right.
My friends are people that's like family, like my brothers, like like our barbershop people, or my cousins that I end up finding out I thought was friends was cousins. So they are my friends. So it's like when this guy like to do this or like to do that, or you look at life different, or you like to just stay doing different shit, or you like to stay here. I never wanted to stay here. I always wanted to move up.
Or what you're doing, or if maybe what you're doing is impacting where I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just, again, that's when it comes to knowing yourself and what your journey is, and maybe you're just on a different journey, and sometimes you have to distance yourself from people because maybe it's not even a them thing. It's nothing about who they are or where they are.
It's your just energy towards each other.
Yeah, or it's just that it is not adding or a benefit to me and what I'm doing. It's not helping me. It's actually hindering me because maybe my discipline level is not set up to where it needs to be for me to manage this relationship and continue it on a consistent basis, on an everyday basis. Maybe we might go a month or 2 months or 3 months without talking, but it doesn't mean that I don't love you. It doesn't mean that I'm not there for you. It doesn't mean that we're no longer friends. It just means that we have the dynamic, or it has shifted. It has changed.
Yeah. And you outgrowing real quick, Doc. And like you said, out the outgrowing, like you were saying, like the breakup. You really, like with me, I've had friends for 15, 20 years, 10, 12 years. So when you figure out, man, we can't be friends no more. I can't be around him no more. This motherfucker gonna get me killed. So you start looking at it like, once you stop being around this person, you like, damn, it is like a breakup.
Yeah.
Like we did everything together. We hooped together. We threw the ones together. Like we did everything together. So it's like it can be rough, but it's like you got to understand your journey in the past. And it's like everybody not meant to be around
doing
forever.
things that should I respect. You're like, y'all looked up and like, damn, you done beat on his wife. Like, oh man, hold on, we ain't good.
You don't take care of your kids, nigga.
No, you a deadbeat. Like, we not allowing that. You know what I mean? We love the kids.
You out here being for the streets. Gotta go. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
He want us to cut our friends off.
Yeah, y'all don't. Do y'all? They don't even tell their friends certain stuff.
Do
for sure, y'all do that.
Y'all got PD gloves.
What's up? I'm listening.
Well,
don't do that.
Hold on, wait a second.
My
Because do
friends
men
tell
do
me
that?
everything.
Do y'all cut off y'all friends for
No.
y'all don't cut off y'all male friends for cheating on their wives?
They don't do none of that for none of that.
Y'all
We
don't.
ain't gonna
For
be
cheating on your
friends
wife?
forever.
No, that nigga stop doing this shit.
They gonna be
But y'all
friends
ain't gonna
forever.
cut them off.
No, they gonna just tell them the truth. They very direct.
I'm gonna block my
But you talking
nigga.
about we should cut our friends off because they for the street.
But that don't
Yeah, they for the
impact
street.
us. Like that don't impact us.
It don't impact me either.
But then you want to go hang out with them for the streets assholes, and I don't need you around.
Okay.
So she got you out
I don't want to go out. Yeah, no.
Okay, well, let's go back. I want to close up on my topic, but I wanted to talk about that because a lot of people look at it as it's something negative when really it could be for the benefit of you.
Right.
And outgrowing people don't always have to be a bad thing or something negative, or we got into a fight or argument. That's why our friendship ended. No, it could simply be like we're not in alignment, we're on two separate pages, and we're not going the same place. But then it could also look like I gave up all of these things, but I have this friend who still does it, but I'm now disciplined enough to still be around this person. And that could work that way too. But the moral of the story is when you outgrow a friendship, both parties have to be understanding of each other, and both parties have to grow with each other. I think in friendships, people forget that we are like everlasting changing. Like we are evolving every single day.
Right.
So even if you do outgrow me, I have to have some level of discipline or some level of change in me to go with you on that change. Now, I don't have to change, but I have to be able to go with you without judgment, without criticism, without saying, oh, you changed, or without being upset that you changed or making it weird. It's just that I'm still a party girl, but now you holier than thou. So we're both going to keep evolving and elevating, but we're just two separate people. We're not in alignment, but we still able to be friends because we can come to, some type of family function together or go to read a book or get coffee or something. Yeah. But the thing is, you have to be able to go with your friend on their journey, even if you're not on that journey with them. And that's how you identify and verify and solidify the friendship. But when you say like, oh, get the bashing, like you doing too much, you changed, you did, that's when you know like, oh, I outgrew this person. Like this is not going to work because now you mad because I'm evolving. But when you have somebody that's like, all right, I'm going to still be me, I'm going to still do what I do, even though you changing, right. I'm going to go with you. But I'm just not there yet, acknowledging that, oh, that's good for you. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. I'm just not there yet. I'm still do the things that I do. And I'm going to stop inviting you to the club if I know you don't go to the club. If you say, oh, I'm going to stop drinking for 9 months, and your friend like, okay, cool, I'm a drink. I'm just not going to offer you a drink. That's them respecting your change, respecting you growing. And y'all can still be friends even though they still doing the things that you giving up. So that I think that's where it makes a difference at and how you identify if you outgrowing them or if you just changing. But this was a great topic, all of y'all. Thank y'all for sharing. Very great. Go ahead, Shardae.
Char.
All right, so I guess our next topic, I think this is a really good one. And it's kind of a caveat of something that we discussed before, which is, are we setting our children up for failure?
Yep.
With the... You say yes.
Right back there laughing.
Because we are.
Was that your first time?
No, it was... that's going in order. I'm not going in order.
My bad, Ray, man. You can't back there breaking character, my boy. Cannot be doing that.
Are we setting them up for failure with the double standards that we teach?
Well, what's the double standards?
Right, what are you talking about?
So just as an example, actually, I would use a present example, something that recently really happened. So a friend of mine has a son. He's young. He's maybe like, say maybe 12 or 13. We're just talking about, I have a girlfriend, right? And, my head turns like, oh, you got a what? You got a what? Even if as a boy, I'm like, you got a what? You got a girlfriend? Like, who is this little floozy? You know what I mean? That you like it. However, but their reaction wasn't it wasn't a super serious reaction because it's a man with his son. Yeah. However, versus if it was a young lady, if you had your 11-year-old daughter, 12-year-old daughter, or 13-year-old daughter saying, I have a boyfriend, our relationship. So what I think is what happens is we raise our girls up one way to say, protect yourself, respect yourself, make sure this is not happening, wait till marriage or wait till you get in a committed relationship for these type of interactions. However, we expose our young men to a lot of other things that we would not expose our girls into. So we have a 12-year-old boy and a 12-year-old girl. We're raising them at the same time. However, we're telling her one thing and we're telling him a different thing. We're allowing him to see certain things. It's okay to date women, and it's okay to date multiple women and do these type of things. It's so, that is okay. However, for her, but they are supposed to become aligned. So if we are raising her one way and him a way, he's going this way, she's going that way, but then we want them to find their direction back when they're in their teens or late teens or 20s and and become married. So the dynamic is are we affecting them and impacting them when it comes to relationships by raising them up differently?
What's the failure part in that?
The failure is what we were talking about before, which is
broken.
Most men will cheat and be okay because we like to chase women and we like to do this, and this is what our desire is versus young women. We're teaching them because some of them may have the same desire. However, we're telling them that this is wrong. And I'm not saying I'm not condoning premarital, so anything like that. That's just the example. It's just in the dynamic of how we're raising our girls and the dynamic of how we're raising and what we're showing and teaching our boys, because they should have the same level of respect for themselves. They should have the same honor for themselves. Right. You know what I mean? Because you want them to meet your daughter and date your daughter and become a great husband for her. But if he is being raised up in a certain type of way, she's going to experience some things early on that
you didn't expose her to.
Exactly, because you're teaching her this. What this fairy tale thing is. So you meet this guy, he's going to be a Prince Charming. He's going to. It's like we're still.
He ain't his daddy taught him
this
to be
bubble
a
of this fairy tale that we're teaching young girls. Right?
Yeah, real quick.
Then she's going to have to delete her social media.
Real quick.
She can't even have a Facebook.
You go ahead, Jay. I'll answer second.
I'll go first. So I understand what you're saying, but let me switch it around. Okay. So with me, the way I look at it now is women should be taught how to be young women and learn how to be a wife, and young men should learn how to be a husband. And they both hear what I'm saying. Yeah. So they both should learn everything, equal amount of stuff. I want my daughter to learn how to change a tire. I want my son to know how to change a tire. I want my daughter to know how to do dishes. I want my son to know how to do dishes. I want the kids to get back. I want the kids to get to doing everything, sharing, knowing how to do everything, sewing, knitting, everything. I want them to know how to do everything. So if we bring them up that way where we teaching them how to do everything, now two people that understand everything can work together. But I want her to understand how to treat a man, and I want him to understand how to treat a lady.
So you changed it. You
changed up the whole thing. I'm gonna answer this.
I totally agree with what you're saying as far as, because what you're talking about is like when we get into conversation about what are men good for? A women cook and clean. This is that and other. Well, men cook and clean too. Yeah. That's about being a functional adult. That has nothing to do about you being a woman or that's about you being a functional adult. So those are characteristics as a parent you should teach all children.
I got an example for you. Y'all follow this story real quick. I got a 16-year-old cousin, boys. I have a 16-year-old cousin, a 15-year-old cousin, and then I have two 14-year-old nephews, right? My nephew has a girlfriend. She is 13. And she's a quiet girl. She's a good girl. She is raised like proper. Sweet, proper, right? And she has her 14-year-old birthday bash. And my sister let them go out on dates. Both the moms go on the dates with them. Like they went to Black Rock before, and the mom sat in the booth behind. And they went on a date. They went to the movies together. Dave and Buster's. The parents go with them. Right?
And
they 13 and 14, right? So that's them. He's in a relationship, right? But when he goes around his cousins, the 16, the 15, and the other 14-year-old, wait a second. This happened. When he go around his other cousins, that's boys or whatever, they like, man, you a cake. And she had a party when she turned 14, and she took a picture with another guy that was at her party.
Streets.
That was her friend. And she posted it on social media with the rest of the pictures from the party. She posted all of them. Right? But the 16 and the 15-year-old like, bro, break up with her right now.
That's good advice right there.
Get rid of her. Get rid of her.
Advice.
You can't be with her.
Streets.
And he lost his good girlfriend because
they
convinced him.
The question is why he wasn't at the party.
He was.
He was at the
pictures.
party?
Yeah, he was at the party too.
He took a party.
But
he took a picture.
She
But
posted
he was
all
there.
of them.
So nothing was going on but the influence of your
The boy.
friends.
That's a
But
lesson.
that's how they was raised.
Well, go ahead,
That's
dude.
how they
Go
was
ahead.
raised.
Go ahead.
Because the daddy, the 16 and the 15-year-old that was saying the same thing Von saying. She for the streets. But she wasn't. She was
Nah,
raised like a good girl.
See, but that's why
Took a picture with
conversations
her
are
friends.
everything.
But are we raising our children
for the
up for
street.
better? Because he could have had a great relationship.
That's a
with
conversation.
with
Go
a
ahead, Von.
14-year-old with his girlfriend.
Okay, so in that regard of like double standards and that, yeah, but it's deeper than just like the surface of it. It's the reason that we kind of want you more pure and having more vanity when we actually are trying to be with you. To handle women, you have to have experience with them. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but like women would get down on you in a fucking second for sure. Like y'all talking about men lie and all that. Women, y'all lie and manipulate from the very fucking beginning. It's the only way y'all can actually gain power over a guy, honestly. So yes, I don't want my daughter dating for sure. I actually I had to grow up like my dad said no girls. Like that was actually a rule. Like nigga, you don't need to talk to no girls. And granted, I got your bloodline name, and nigga, like what are you talking about? But he was aware of like what the damage it can do and distractions it can do as you're trying to pursue something like sports or something like that.
Right.
Like you're trying to make yourself something, you chasing after this girl. Instead of going to the gym, working out, and doing X, Y, and Z, you're not doing what you need to do because you're distracted by this woman or this girl who just being a girl. So like they're not being raised to say, hey, follow your dream, something like that. Or babe, I'm about to come in the gym with you and rebound for something like that. Or about to work out. Like they're on to just thinking about them. How can you treat them accordingly? So I wouldn't recommend neither parties dating young. Being honest, like I just wouldn't, like, cause y'all don't even know what the hell you want in the first place. Like what is this, puppy love? Like a kiss and then or it leads to something else. Like
Y'all buggy.
no, I'm not doing that, bro.
I'll go next. Let me go next.
Because what we got into is actually dating. It's not even before we even get to the aspect. But I agree with what you were saying. Before we even get to the aspect of dating, though, it's how we're raising them up. The values.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he said no girls, no boys.
Yeah,
No girls, no boys.
and I totally understand that because I think we had a conversation before where it was like boys. Well, being taught to provide. So, like I said, if you get distracted, it can veer you off of your vision and your dynamic and your pathway, which is typically for you to bring a woman into your lifestyle.
No. Y'all all the way off. This is what I'm saying. And that's what the point I was going where I was making a point about teaching them both things. And then I was going to get to what I'm going to teach the daughter different, what I'm going to teach the boy.
Right.
So what I'm saying about this, that's totally not today's way you should go. The way you should go now is to teach your son and your daughter how to be comfortable with understanding a man and a woman and doing the dating thing. So what I used to always tell my pops, when my sisters was 12, 13, if they want to have a little boy over, let them have a little boy over. So now I can help you when I'm talking to you about the little boy. So if you tell me something about the little boy, I can be like, look, you'd be like, oh, well, he didn't share his toy with me. He went to go play with Tiffany and them down the street. Then I can elaborate on that. I can say, well, look, sometimes boys do this because of this and that, and you felt like this because of this. So I'm teaching you a lesson. I'm teaching you how to navigate and feel comfortable coming with daddy or mommy or a cousin about advice and certain things. I'm teaching you how to pick the right young man and how to pick the young lady. So the whole purpose of me letting my kids go, my son's 13, go skating with a little girl or the movies with the little boy, is to navigate and teach them how to properly do that.
And how to properly even have friendships of the opposite
and
sex.
feel comfortable talking to your parents about things.
Because if when you
how to properly have what?
Exactly.
You setting a standard.
It starts.
Come on, man.
You setting a standard thinking that this nigga gonna be your friend when he's not.
They can at a young age if you have experienced it at a young age.
It's teaching them how to date.
It's teaching them.
Wait, let Shardae go. Let Shardae go. What
Y'all
you think?
drunk as hell over
Is
here.
saying no.
It's a no for me, dog.
No. For both daughter.
He said no friendships women at all.
It's not a no. It's not a no. But as a mom of a 17-year-old girl and a 16-year-old boy, I'm guilty because I'm not allowing my daughter to be in the streets. I'm not allowing you to be ran through. I'm not allowing you to have that title because it's a direct reflection of me. My son is a direct reflection of his father. Like, I didn't teach him those manly things. I taught her how to be a woman. So it's a direct reflection of me. So I'm not letting you have, like, multiple boyfriends. Can't no niggas come over here. She has a boyfriend now. He's very respectful. I think you met him, Ace, but he's 18. He'll be 19, and she's 17, turning 18. So he graduated already. Like, he has a good job. Like, he's very respectful, was raised well. He still can't come to my house, though. Y'all still can't chill over here.
Do you let your son girlfriend come over?
Yes.
That's a double standard.
And that's exactly that is the.
I don't have to be the grandma on the mama side. I'm gonna be the grandma on the daddy side.
But it's
because that's
but if my daughter come home with it, it's gonna look different than if my son come home with it. If my daughter come home with a baby, they gonna be like, dang, Shard'e was tripping. She let that shit happen. If he come home with a baby, they gonna be like, dang, Miko was fooling.
But the reality of it is both of them still become parents, and that child still has to be taken care of. And so that's what
I agree.
And that was my point. And I because I'm a girl and I have brothers, and the dynamic it has always been the same, whether it's with my father or with my mother, as far as girls over here, boys over there. But the boys, what they are allowed and what they are exposed to is different from what you expose the girls to and what you allow. But they are raised together to date each other. So if I'm raising my 16-year-old daughter to have a certain standard, but I'm raising my 16-year-old boy to have a different standard, but they're supposed to meet and be aligned, they will never be in line because he's searching and seeking one thing and she's searching and seeking for something that she may not get until she's 50.
Let mine go.
She ain't getting that 50, I'll tell you that right now.
Well, listen.
Ask how that 50-year-old lady. So,
No, I'm not saying you
so,
should. I'm not
Let
saying
mine
that.
go.
so the thing is this.
Definitely they should be able to.
The standard is more so to
cohabitate.
protect our young girls.
I
But that's the point I'm making.
It's nothing to do with allowing him to do things. Like, once again, this man's going to need experience and learn how to navigate through women, even his own woman.
But
He's going to need that experience.
But do we have to experience them in a certain type of way in order to have? Because can he not have that experience through conversation and through what he was saying, what James was saying, which is having friendships with women versus seeking them in a sexual way? Because that's really what I'm getting to. It's that we're raising them to.
I've done it. Y'all all been around my kids. My kid, you can't. The way you will want to parent your kid for everybody to say, damn, please, God, I want my kid to turn out like this. I want my kid to do this. I want my son to be a gentleman. Yeah. I've done that twice.
But that's what I'm saying. You've done it, but in general, is the dynamic and how we're, because like you said,
it's different.
Your experience,
I let them do those things. That's
how we raise our young boys is different than how we raise our young girls.
But it should be though. Like we're not the same.
Why are y'all not marrying each other?
Wait a second, because I done heard everybody's perspective. But when you broke it down to when I asked you, would you let your son girlfriend come over? Isn't that unfair to the daughter though to see her
unfair is crazy. Hey, I got you. I got you.
One at a time.
And that's the thing. It's like, it's only once again, like I said, y'all only care about double standards when it doesn't benefit you, and it's only one that really does it, and that's not being a fucking hoe.
But no, I'm not saying be a hoe, but it could be like what James said.
So what I'm saying is, you saying
wait. Because James said he will allow his daughter,
I'll let my daughter do the same
he will let him do it. So in his household, it's equal. In her household, it's unfair. So you don't like his method?
No.
I'm not mad at it. I don't got girls, so but I know my shit will work if I had a girl.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
It would not.
The part, see,
it would not.
No, but
involved.
The part what I'm saying,
he has to have the girl.
No, but the part I'm saying is this: it's. First of all, I got sisters, I got cousins, I grew up around women my whole life. The ones that became successful and made it, Aunt. The way Aunt and Darren is parenting their kids, they did those things with their daughter. They did those things. That's why their daughters didn't go the opposite way. Right. I don't want my daughters to
sneak.
No, your daughter is
top tier.
No,
my
your
daughter is top
exception.
tier. And then I also think like men and women are wired differently. My daughter is going to have an emotional connection. An emotional connection because she's simply wired that way.
Yeah.
My son won't. He has quantity. I'm looking for her to have a quality type of something, and I think him having quantity prepares him for his quality.
Go ahead,
woman.
Wait, watch. So remember I said about women do logic and emotion differently. So she just made logical. She just made logic. She just made some logic out of something, right?
Right.
But when it's tailored to her particular situation, she threw that
She's
shit out the
grown,
window.
though.
Let me finish though. Regardless of grown or not, this is why like when men say stuff like they can't be honest about things. You literally just said, well, we're wired differently. Yes, we are. We're in agreement there. So when I say that, hey, most men gonna do this, you like, fuck that. I don't need it then. I don't want to vibe.
Sure.
But
I didn't
but
say I didn't
to my
want
point
it.
though.
I said I don't want to know about it because I'm emotionally attached to that situation. Why
Right.
would you put me through that emotionally when you don't have to?
But
But
what
if
he
you
said
know-
is that
But-
you're raising your son that
Right,
way.
but-
Is what she
no,
said.
no,
And I
You're
agree.
allowing
that.
I
She
know.
cool with that.
I'm cool with that. I know it's a double standard. I know
But
we were
that's what I'm
I was
saying.
raised.
You're
I got
raising-
5 brothers.
Yeah.
I'm one
Yeah.
of 5 brothers.
Yeah.
I've seen niggas do all types of
But you
stuff.
different though.
You know,
But that's what
like,
make you different.
I have 5 brothers. I've literally seen it my whole entire life.
I just want to say something because I hear what James saying. His method about allowing his daughter to have that outlet and to be taught and to be talked through it and to provide that understanding and so forth. And then you saying in your household at 17 is an absolute no. I've seen it work both ways. But it is. I don't know. I think before saying I want to try to go to an equality thing, like Vine was saying, because I think
Ain't no fucking equality, bro. There's no equality in this world, bro.
It's a double standard.
Watch
It's
out.
no
Y'all
equality.
didn't let me finish.
Go ahead.
Y'all didn't let me finish. It's no equality, right?
it's
But
double
in the
standard,
same
for sure.
sense, for my face, I think in my household, I'll just say no to both. I would just say like no, like all across the board,
Right.
like. No, you can't have this here. No, you can't have it. Like for both my son and my daughter, I would just say table. Like it's a distraction. I would take that.
Right,
method.
and my point was,
Instead of trying to
and my
figure out
point, just to
which method.
kind of just to tap in a little bit of what Vaughn said, and we'll kind of move on to the next topic. But it's not to say we should allow our young ladies to do certain things and behaving. It's that why are we not holding the same weight when it comes to our young men? We should respect them the same way.
Right.
We should teach them to respect themselves the same way, because you are raising your daughter to date a top echelon individual, a man. Who is she gonna date if we raising our boys to go this way? You get what I'm saying? She's going to encounter the same
not her
situation.
brother.
Yeah.
I ain't
So
worried
that's what
about
I'm
them.
saying. So that's my caveat wasn't saying that girls should be allowed to do all of these extra things. It's just to say, if we're raising them with this standard because we
They
look
gonna
at
meet
this
the
like,
kids in
this
the
is
middle,
the
like I
flower.
just
We're
said,
taking
the
so much
ones
care and
that
concern
have
with them because you're delicate and we want you to be raised a certain type of way. Why are we disregarding when it comes to our boys, our men? I know a lot of young men that have expressed that they have had molestation, been raped. Really, you
They
raped
call it that.
at 12. They know they don't. They look at that. That's normal. I got some, vagina.
They
When
don't
I was
call it
12 or
that.
13, it's like, no, a grown woman took advantage of you. Somebody took advantage of you, but because we okay certain things when it comes to our young boys, we normalize certain things with them that we should not normalize, and they are taking advantage just like young women are taking advantage. So that's what I'm saying. It's like we're raising them up to come together. However, we're putting her at this standard, and we're saying even though he is, and if you are raising him and you're a good man, he's going to really kind of grow up to have a lot of your traits, but then he's doing a lot of low functional behavior. He's exhibiting a lot of low functional activities.
What's low functional behavior
All
exactly?
right, real quick, go ahead, Vaughn.
Okay.
That's what I want to know. What's low functional behavior?
Dating multiple women, engaging in sexuality at 12 and 13, 14 years old. That's low functional behavior for a young man. You should be, like you said, what your father did,
distraction.
I think that was honorable. Now, it may have, impacted how you view relationships and friendships with women as an adult. However, it structured you into the type of man that you are as far as having certain type of characteristics, and it's not infiltrated by any other emotional characteristics. You are raised by your father. He taught you how to be a certain type of man, and you added on to those qualities as you grew up. So it's not saying that you are less than. You are the man that you are, and it is a valuable man. However, when you engage in low functional activity and behavior, and then you try to come meet with a young lady that has been bred a certain type of way, you may not be aligned. That's all I'm saying.
Go ahead, Vaughn.
Or if
Then
you
I got
are,
something to
it'll be
say.
at a later time.
Go ahead, Vaughn.
You can go ahead, James. You
Okay.
can go ahead.
So real quick, my thing is what I was saying too about the understanding of the dad and the daughter. My thing is another thing. The most important thing that does is show the young lady how to come to her dad about certain things.
Right.
It build that chemistry between father and daughter, and she feel comfortable coming with her dad about anything to get that type of man advice. But you had something.
No, we can just-
Okay, so let's go to
We
the.
can go to the next.
board.
We can just go to the next topic.
Okay.
Okay.
So
She belongs to the streets.
That's your saying.
That's all I know.
well, I was gonna go somewhere else with it, but
You wanted to go into
Step
that
parents.
the men, the little boys being raped, and they think that they
well,
lost
no
their virginity.
Well,
They didn't.
because that's
We got 25
That's a whole
minutes. Just
subject.
remember, if we want to get through these topics, we got to go through.
We'll go to another one. So, just to pull out other side of that, because that's a very delicate topic. But as far as parents and step parents, you're in a relationship, you're dating, the relationship.
Y'all
is
not gonna like my answer.
I listen, because well, we're gonna get to it. We're not gonna say trivial where we're living separately and we're just figuring things out. We're in a committed relationship. We're either living together or we're married, and we're considering when one or the other has children. When it comes to step parents, do you feel like step parents should be able to discipline the children?
Go around the table and quick. We
Let's
got
start- then we're
25
gonna start with
minutes.
Vaughn.
We got to get
We
through
can
these
do a
topics.
lot in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, we got.
Give
Let's
a vibe.
see.
I wouldn't recommend dating somebody who have children in the first place. If you
Okay.
especially if you don't.
So you say no to dating in a. Okay, hypothetically though, if you did and it was maybe one child, the
Right.
child was older,
so,
maybe.
so the
9
issue
to 10.
but see the issue becomes like it's a lack of authority and respect what usually happens. Like
Okay.
they would yell out, "You're not my mom, you're not my dad," and all
Right.
that thing. So, and now granted that happens, you know, but like in my house, like to me that would be your mother. So, or I would be that father. If I don't have authority over this child, I don't have authority over this house, so I can't run in how I want to in the first place. So it's not ideal for me to even be with you.
So it's not ideal, but if that just so happens to
That should
become the
definitely be a
situation,
discipline, yeah.
You would
agree with
discipline the child.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
You and the baby can go fuck out of here. What are you talking about?
Let's not get out
Right,
of here.
answer the question. You
I did.
You got
Yeah,
but I like
Y'all don't-
that.
he don't
I
gotta
like that juice
elaborate.
that
He
you
said
added
what
to
he
it. You then you got
Yeah,
to.
he
What
got
are we
straight
talking
to
about?
it.
You gotta
He
go.
didn't get
Yeah.
straight to it.
He just said he would discipline them. That was the question.
Yes, I was raised by my stepfather. Like him and my mom been married for 30 years. So yes, discipline them kids if they need discipline. Yes, we a village. We won.
I was gonna be devil's advocate, but I'm not. Go ahead, discipline them kids.
Discipline the kids.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, once y'all together, y'all married, y'all together, then if I'm providing for this damn kid and I'm doing this thing and me and the father on the same page, I will want you to discipline my kid. My kids have a stepfather. I've had step kids. My thing is, if I'm providing for you, if I'm there for you, if I'm there all the way across the board, most of the time I'm gonna be like, well, your mama won't want you do that. So I go through that progression. Okay, your mama won't want you do that. Why you doing this? She said do this. Then if I gotta step in, I step in.
Right.
But let's do the next one. So we all on the same page with that.
Right, and I would add that into it. I do agree with again, if we're in a living situation, we're progressing in that particular way. You should, if it's a step parent situation, you should be able to discipline the kids. I do think that there are some exceptions to the rule. We won't get into
Of
all
course,
those
we're not
exceptions.
talking about
With
beating.
age
Don't hit
and
my
being
fucking
physical.
kid, dog. I shoot
However,
that bitch up.
yeah.
Don't hit
So
my
we
kid.
won't
I'm
get
gonna
into
take
the
a hammer and I'm gonna knock the fuck out of him, like Bernie Mac
Hey,
said.
well, you gonna
You
get
in my
knocked the
house.
fuck out too.
If you
I don't hit my kids.
That
See, that's why it
badass
was always
kid,
different for me.
gotta go.
Right.
We won't get into the obvious, but yeah, I do agree with that there should be at least at a minimum level, verbal, ability for verbal discipline. So
Okay, let's get to that next one.
All right,
We're gonna speed through these.
All right,
I want to tackle all of them.
Do you still marry somebody if your child doesn't like them?
No.
I'm gonna start. Well, we're gonna start. Shardae started, so you said no. If your kid does, so if your daughter, for whatever the reason, so there is not even a variable of why she doesn't like him. But if your child doesn't like the guy, you're in love with him. He's everything.
Think
He's
about
your picture
that. Think about it.
And
Think
you're like,
about it.
I
wow.
know. I gotta take it back. I don't know though. I would really have to dive deep into it because why doesn't a child like you? I feel like children are so
go.
innocent that it has to be a reason why this child is being triggered.
What if she just wants you to be with her dad? Like,
I'm about to say, like, that's what it goes back
to be
to.
back with my dad.
You will be able to see that.
Yeah.
But I'm
Like,
saying, if that's what it is, even if that was
if it's
the
something
reason.
like that, or
Yeah.
if it's something like childish,
She don't like
like
his
that.
level of discipline in the household.
I don't like that he gives them authority and
Nah.
I can't do what I want to do.
I would still be with the person if it was
Okay.
like a discipline thing, but like you
That's
would still
most
have to tap into like kids.
Why?
It's not ideal.
You got to tap into their emotions. They humans too, and
Right.
they have discernment too. So if a kid is always straying away from a person, it's something. So I would look into that though.
Yeah.
What you thinking?
Go ahead, Vaughn.
Oh, Vaughn.
I'm gonna say it's not ideal.
It's not
and it
ideal to
ain't-
be
he
with
not doing
somebody
it.
with children.
He said,
Like,
you know, okay, so
especially
we
like
got
as a man, like
yeah.
there's no point in me, like, because to that point, like, if I don't have authority over this, why would I get myself into this? So I have all the responsibility with no authority.
Right,
That don't make sense to me.
right.
Because even if we do break up, I ain't see this kid no more. Because then this nigga gonna be like, nigga, fuck that. You got a kid with the baby daddy, or whatever that case may be. And he wants the other guy who's probably in that kid's life to still be in their life. That's not ideal. Like, that's not going to happen.
Hold on, I just thought about something. You ain't no motherfucking spring chicken.
He not, but
You know, most women at your
I'm
age
aware.
are higher.
Okay.
So
that's a possibility they may
Yeah.
have, but you know, and some of them don't. But I get
what
what you're
if it's
saying.
Hey, first off, I'm not that old, nigga. Chill out.
is it a good situation? Hold on, so you
25.
against all women with a kid?
What I'm saying is not ideal. If a man has the option to not do so, he shouldn't do it.
I get that, but
And so if
If
he's
the
in
right
a
woman
position
came
to,
along-
Just told him
I still
it's
have
rare
kids,
that you're gonna
but
find
I
somebody.
don't like men
no,
that got
at a certain
kids.
age, most men
I
or
have
women got
kids.
kids.
So
I
let me
would
ask you
prefer
about
to
that. I
have
don't
a
know
man
if
that does not have
Go ahead.
kids.
He
Like,
gonna ask you to
my
have his
son's
kid.
father has 0 kids when I got with him. We have our child together. That's it.
So are you still in a relationship? You in a relationship right now?
No, I'm single.
Okay, so this was gonna ask you because you said that because you have and you say you're 16 and 17-year-old. Is your two?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that particular situation, like when you're dating, is that like because I've heard that where it's like person, maybe whether it's men or women, you might have children, but it's like one of my deal breakers is for you to have children. It's like, well, you have children, so like that's still you're looking for.
I don't really tell people that.
Nuts.
I
What you call delusion?
don't. I don't tell people like, no, I would never have
So
another
how you
kid.
gonna
So
want to
you
be with
been-
somebody that don't have no kids?
If you
He
don't
gonna
have
want you to
any.
have his kids
Like
because he don't
that's
got
why I'm
none.
single. Because at this point in time, I'm
know.
not having another kid with nobody.
Yes.
And I'm single
my
because
God.
all these niggas got a bunch
But
of
even
kids.
what if they're older?
I'm straight.
What if they're older?
If
Like
they older, it might be
18,
an
19?
exception. But somebody
Okay.
with like a 2, 3, 4-year-old, no.
Well, two
My
is
youngest
young.
child is 7. Like you gotta at least be 7 or older and one. Have one.
so you have 3. So you have the 2 teenagers and,
And that
the
little
7-year.
kid, yeah.
Okay.
and they all with the same father.
No. It's 11-year difference though.
Right.
Between them and this one.
So let me ask you, what is the reason that you would not accept? Because we gonna stick. That's what I said. It's like
It's
one of these
just
two.
wild,
What is
bro.
the reason that you would not accept him having a child?
I'm not
since you
saying
have
I would
three?
absolutely say no,
You
but
took
I would
me-
prefer.
I swear to God,
for
you threw
him
me
not
for
to
a
have
loop
kids.
with the he can't have no kids, baby.
And not
you
one.
asking, I'm
He has
just
to
be
not- he
honest.
said he has
That
to
ain't
not
right.
have
I said, oh,
That ain't right.
one child.
That ain't right.
maximum.
He
Yeah.
ain't
So like, listen,
even
okay,
know.
listen.
to
I'm
not
sorry.
have them and not
I have
want
to
them.
intervene on this.
Cause
That's
I'm about to tell
I'm
you
trying
the
so
shreds.
hard not to intervene on this, though. Seriously, because
we gonna keep it real.
sorry.
I'm sorry, cause we all older.
thing.
I'm
You
already
got-
the devil to
let
a
me
lot of
say,
people.
you-
But fuck it. Listen.
You got.
Well, you don't have the leverage to you don't have that leverage. I'm just being 100. Like you really don't have the ability right now to just try and say what you can or can't choose because you don't have the leverage to do so no more. And like nobody's probably never told you that right now. But you have 3 children. One is 7, right?
Yep.
7. Other one is 17 and 16. So they're basically adults, but now you have a 7-year-old. So that's a kid still. So whoever comes to talk to you is still bringing themselves into a kid situation.
Care for the child.
They are bringing it in, and you're still gonna want that man to be the standard of the man you want in the first place. So once it goes back to, if you want me to be my standard of finances, because that's one of your deal breakers. So I gotta come bring my finances and my resources into your life. Like that's hard. And then at the end of the day, like you can wake up tomorrow and say I'm unhappy and then leave. So I hate to spend another year, 2 years with your child, providing for you and your children, and then you're gone.
And have no children of his
That's
own.
why it's not ideal for for a guy to go talk to women with children. Because on the flip side of that, my standard doesn't change if I have children. I got to provide for them anyways.
Right.
So I'm not asking you to come and do something. I'm not asking you to come and share resources with me and my children because I got to provide for them regardless. I got to be who I am for them regardless. But ideally, you want me to come in and be this man of the household for your children that you may fucking leave me for. That you may, not leave me for, but leave me regardless. So it's not a good idea, especially given the choices, not just, don't take this internally, okay? But just in general, women who have children like that, like you've already showed a choice that you will choose yourself over the man in the first place if you have children and you leave the guy. Like once again, if it's abuse or something like that, I get that. But majority of the time, y'all leaving because of finances or unhappiness. So you're not even committed to your commitment. So why the fuck would I talk to you?
To your commitment.
Like
I
you
don't
can
mind men who won't talk to me because I have kids though. Like I would never be like, oh, I'm upset with my kids. He won't talk to me because I have kids. That's your personal decision. Like, and I'm not saying like I wouldn't accept somebody if they had one kid, but you can't come with multiple kids and like multiple baby moms.
But you have him.
I have
You
multiple
have
kids.
them.
But
But
she
the
has
thing
that
is,
right, though. She
but the
have
thing
that right.
is,
You do have
and
that
you're
right.
talking about I don't have the leverage
All right.
because I prefaced the statement by saying that's why I'm single.
Yeah, I ain't mad
Because
with
I
people
know.
say that.
at this point in time, I would go back to dating like once my older two kids are like out of the household, maybe I would go back to dating somebody on a serious level. But I
So after
wouldn't be
18
mad
years?
at somebody for not being with me because I had kids. That's your
Yeah.
personal preference. Like I just would prefer somebody who had like one kid or 0 kids.
Yeah.
And don't expect me to have no more kids. It's my personal preference. And then when you talk about finances, eventually if we're together and you talk about me providing for your kids, that's naturally going to happen because our finances are together. But I don't bring a man into a situation saying I need X, Y, and Z because I already got X, Y, and Z.
it's not that you're bringing a man expecting out of them, but eventually you want him to assume the role of what you want in your man in the
start
first
paying
place.
We combine
the
together,
bills.
he's going to be paying our bills because
Right,
we're going to
again.
be combining our resources.
But
So
that- but
anything
that-
that I have is going to be coming to you. And anything that you have is going to be coming to me, and we're going to share that as one.
All
But
of
the
it.
child,
I'm
but
not
the child,
expecting-
what he's saying is that the child is still involved in that, and the child is really have no connection or belonging to him. And so again, you come as a package deal, and so that's what I get what he's saying is that if I don't have that at all, why would I choose this if
Don't choose me. Choose
Well,
somebody who
right.
has kids.
So you're not saying, but
I don't even want to say it to that point, but it's just like even to the point where she was just stating of ours. So the reason I'm asking you this is because do you expect for your man to pay majority of the bills, or you are? I'm just
I
asking.
don't live by that ideology. I don't. I think that whoever makes more should provide more. Like nobody is gonna come in a situation equally young.
Makes more, provide more.
So you
I mean,
provide.
if I made 100,000 and my husband only made 50, why am I making him pay?
You want to be with him. You
Like,
just stated that. You just stated
I
that
did not
finances
say
is the
that.
issue
Not
for
that
you.
one.
I
She
said
not that.
finances
Okay.
is a deal breaker for me. But if we go into this situation and I know you only make 50,000, how is finances going to be an issue because we established that up front?
So what do you-
that would be the only deal
So
breaker.
what do you
if
mean by
said
finances
before.
are? Well, so but what I'm saying, what do you mean that? Okay, just
if you decided you wanted to
what do you
quit your
mean that
job and rap,
finances are a deal breaker? Then?
if you decided you wanted
She
to quit
said
your
if he don't
job
have
and
no
rap,
job.
You have no
or
income.
you don't
Yeah.
have
You have
nothing,
no
you know
income.
what
She
I'm
not
saying?
the
Mic
Or-
check,
she
1 2
not
1
the
2.
one
Nigga.
that's
Hey, let
gonna
me
care
take your
about
check
you
and
doing
flip
as
it.
long as you
No.
provide
Right.
doing some work and she gonna work with you.
Right.
She
Right.
one of
Work
them.
with you.
Okay.
She one of them. We work together to figure it out.
Well, I wanna
I'm
be honest
definitely a
with you.
team player. You know, I make
Y'all
my own
got off
money.
the question.
We did. But,
Okay, next question.
I had to like.
Do you still marry if your child doesn't like them?
Well, they said no.
That was
yeah.
the
No.
original
Yeah, we
Yeah, they
answered
said
that
no.
quick.
Yeah, they
That was
said
the
no.
original question.
Yeah.
Is
No.
what I'm saying.
And we all answered that shit.
Okay, so
As
let's
long as
caveat,
it's not no
'cause we-
picture.
I say
we got
yeah,
about
though.
12
Honestly, I ain't gonna
And
lie.
I think this is a good one. This is a good one. It been given some traction. I didn't.
We
you
don't-
know.
This ain't the Diddy is it? We
We not
skipping
talking
that.
about We skipping that.
I'm not going in order. Don't focus on that. So it is. Should you share your cell phone passwords with your partner? You're in a relationship. You're married. Are you
No.
open to sharing your cell phone passwords?
Well, that's because all y'all been hurt, so that's why I'm saying.
I don't even have. I start real quick. Mine's is real quick. If you want to look through my phone, go ahead, but you shouldn't want to.
Right.
I wouldn't give you no reason to have to. But if my woman want to grab my phone, look through my phone,
have
go
no
ahead.
problem.
I have no problem.
Fine.
Yeah, you're gonna have it anyways.
You said what?
She's gonna have it anyways.
She's
I don't
probably gonna
care
have
about
it, so
that.
you have
You
no
don't
problem.
care.
It's not causing any issue.
Shard'e?
No, it's the invasion of
Streets.
Invasion of
Streets.
My favorite movie is Why Did I Get Married? No, I'm not Angela. Terry and I can't even remember the husband name. I watched the
You
movie
just say
all
who
the
they
time.
are. Tyler Perry?
Tyler Perry,
Okay.
yep. Terry. She was like, Terry has the passcode to. Yep, passcodes is fine. I
Okay.
agree.
We all on the same page.
Listen, that's
Except for
crazy. I
Shardae.
thought it was gonna be some difference.
We together. We together.
My group chat. Oh,
Exactly. So
That's off limits. You can't go through the group
don't
chat.
go
I
through
don't
my-
think no
because
man
that's
is
my
the group
friend's
chat.
personal
Yeah,
business
yeah,
too.
don't go through the
it's
group
not
chat.
my personal business.
That's off
It's
limits.
other people's personal business
Yeah.
in here. It's like
as long as you're not
types of
speaking
stuff
about
in
our
here.
personal business, I'm fine.
And
Nah,
that's
don't look at the group
personally
chat.
are.
You can't
And
look
the
at that's
issue,
off
but
limits.
and so like, and
Who gonna go looking for this
I got
stuff?
a question.
Some
Because
people-
listen,
Go ahead.
it's
Ask your
words you can search in that message to find out that's what you need to know.
Quick, they all
Yeah.
come up.
So I don't think you should literally talk about your relationship to your
Other
friends. Period.
Okay.
Because what happens is, if we're dating and this one incident happens, the only thing they're gonna know me as is that fucking one incident. No matter if the other 10,000 days we've been together, I've been excellent. This one time I disagreement with me, well now this nigga's this, and so that's the only thing they're
And
gonna
all
see
she
me
knows
as.
is my
I feel
friend deserves
different.
better.
I feel
You was my
different.
friend.
And,
deserve
and that's what I'm saying. Oh, well, that one time that nigga, you still that nigga. Like, bro, what the fuck are we talking about, bro?
I feel like you have to be mindful of who you share information with.
Right.
Like
I
if
agree.
you're a married person, it's okay to get advice from another married woman. I wouldn't share my relationship advice with my single friend and try to get quality advice from her.
I
Like
agree.
you have to have an audience to be able to express yourself because sometimes you're not able to do that with your person wholeheartedly, and that person might have had a similar situation and some back and forth and some advice to give.
And I think that happens all the time too. And I think, but in more so situations, it would probably be a conversation versus a text message too, because we're looking to have a dialogue. But I would say just a quick. I'm okay with the passcodes. Even if you're looking in it and you see whatever you see, or I don't think you should go into text messages that don't belong to you. You're in my best friend text message. What I am not okay with, and I do not allow, and it has happened to me in the past. Do not come to me asking me about what you saw in a text message that did not have nothing to do with us. If you just happen to go in there, you meet me and. Well, I'm gonna say me and her, not James. But if me and Kim and we're best friends, and you just happen to you going through our text messages and you see a conversation, you're like, well, what was Kim talking about this?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't have a
weird.
problem with that because that is a violation of privacy. You have access to my phone. We're having this transparency. We're open. Whatever you look at, whatever, that's fine. But now you're coming to me and you're questioning me about it, and it has something not to do with us. That's a problem. Now that's why I feel like it's because I wouldn't know that you did it unless you brought it to me. I wouldn't know that you saw it unless you brought it to me. And so, but I'm open with the.
Yeah.
With
Go
the
ahead,
cell phones.
Vaughn. We got 9 minutes.
Yeah, we got another question. Come on.
Okay.
I think we should skip the last topic.
What's the last topic?
Well, she ain't in
I'm not
order.
gonna go for that.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
go
I'm
ahead.
not going for that. I would say this is going. If you as a man are paying all the bills in the relationship, so you're saying I'm the provider, protector, the provider.
What you-
Does it matter what she's doing with her money? Does it matter how much she makes and what she's doing with her money? And I'll start with Vaughn. Or do you need a couple minutes?
It does. As long as your spending habits aren't like just for nothing,
frivolous.
like come on now, like
Right.
because some shit might go bad, which it is what it is. So like I don't mind you treating yourself something like that, but yeah, just don't be reckless with your shit. Because if I am paying for everything and you're just spending your money stupidly, then we're not even. What's the point of you being able to save your money in the first place?
Would you need to keep track though? Would you need to at least have access to be able to see where things are happening, where money is going?
Ideally, I would say yeah. I would say you should relinquish that
Right.
to your man
And
and
you
say,
have-
babe, listen, this is here you go. Like the account, whatever the case, maybe you got the password to it, whether it's a joint or just hers. Like, here you go.
Right.
Just so you can see it, because she might walk on a Target and spend $700 on some shit that you not even gonna fucking use. And you like, bro,
it's easy.
what are we doing,
it's
bro?
Target. It's easy
You know, so it's like, so yeah, so it's like.
Can't
it's
go
two
in there
things.
and
I mean,
not
two.
check out.
It's two things.
And so you see what I'm saying? Like, babe, I'm going to Target. I can sit around and say, nigga, don't spend over, because I know you.
Got an air fryer.
You know, like we got 10,000 of these already. You gonna buy 10,001? Like, what are we doing, bro?
Right.
So yeah, like she should be mindful of what she's doing.
Okay, and
with
well, I
that
guess
money.
this is more so a male.
Yeah, I agree. Like, my thing is, the reason why I'm paying everything is for you to have money to do the things you want to do, as far as hair, nails, whatever you want to do. And I would like that you have something put up. So in case a rainy day come up and I say, damn, we need to take care of this, I can't do it this month, you could be like, I got it. Because that's one thing I don't play about any woman I'm messing with. You have to be good with finances.
Right.
What bills would you want your woman to pay?
All of them.
Well, me, I'm always paying majority. To me, I'm an 80, 20, 70, 30 guy. So I'm paying majority. I'm paying the rent. I'm paying for certain things. You might pay
What
shit
you gonna
like
give her to pay is what I'm asking.
whatever the small ones is. Like whatever
Her
the
gym
small ones
membership,
is.
so she can get, so she never get fat.
Yeah, that's
you know
important
what?
too.
I'm not.
That's important
Shardae,
too.
what do you think?
I think
That's
that
important.
What?
he shouldn't necessarily care what she's spending her money on. Like, it's, her money, she made it, whatever. Because if you're going to pay the bills, you're going to pay the bills regardless if I spend my money or not. However, I do think it should be a conversation like, okay, I'm paying all the bills. So with your extra money, we're going to invest it, and it's going to take our family further. Like, we should have some type of back and forth conversation where her money is bringing money to the family and his money is, providing.
So you do
the
agree that
necessities.
he should know where
Yeah,
money
and
is
it should be
going.
talked about. It should be some type of investment. And then, I mean, even if y'all put money into a fund to just travel, we want to take a vacation every quarter, she can handle that. Like, something like that. But
What you thinking?
I agree.
I agree.
Because it's just one of them things. As long as you not coming to me asking me for stuff when I'm paying all the bills.
I was just trying to figure out.
Yeah, or if a rainy day or something
That's
crazy
what I'm
happens,
saying.
it's like
And
you're,
you don't
you're
got
investing all
nothing?
that, and then something happens. It's like
It's been 9 months, and I'm talking about the car broke down. You talking about, well, I ain't got it, bitch. What?
You
I got $200.
You make $90 a year.
You gotta go, cause you been out here living rent free for real. Like, you gotta go, sis.
All right, come on, next one.
All right, and so this one I think is a really good question, and we can probably end it off with this one. Just in situations because we have whatever, there may be blended families and whatnot, but is it possible? Do you believe that it's possible to be an active father and they don't live in the household, or active parent? Let me not just say father, an active parent and you not live in the household.
Yes, yeah, that's
Yeah, this is gonna be
easily
quick.
able to
We
do.
don't
Yeah,
got-
like, that's
we
not
get
that's not
another
a
one, yeah.
it's not a thing.
I'm gonna have to say no, because how do y'all define active?
So
I'll tell
I'm
you.
glad, because what I was going to say when I say active, I'm not just saying you're present, right? And active is you're daily active in your children's life. You know what's going on. You know that they're in school. You know what the parents is. Maybe you're picking them up, going to school. You're having those conversations, whether it's homework, stuff. You're active
impossible.
in their life.
And I'll elaborate.
And I would say with multiple children. It's maybe easily with one child, but when there's multiple children involved, do you think that is possible to
be-
still be a more than present?
I'm gonna
break
it down. I say no, because active means, as a mom in a household, you wake up at 8 to take the kids to school. You pack them a lunch, you get them ready, you wash their clothes to make sure they have their uniform or to make sure they have clothes to go to school the next day. You pick them up from school, and then you help them with homework from Monday through Friday. And then after you help them with homework, you cooking them dinner Monday through Sunday. Then after you cook them dinner, you getting them ready for bed, and then you washing the sheets, and then you doing all of these things actively every single day, day in and day out.
And so
the dad.
Okay, let me say something. Hold on, y'all. We got 2 minutes.
Wait.
I get what you say. I get what you say.
Actively, the mom is there 24/7,
We got two-
presently
we
being
got
an
two-
active
we got 2
mother.
minutes. I
The
get what you're
dad
saying.
is an active is a father, but
what-
is he actively
Y'all, we
involved?
co-parent.
I got you. I got
For me
y'all.
and my kids, like, we do 50-50. So 1 week on, 1 week off. But
So that don't apply because
But
we gone week on,
it's-
week off.
but
We
you
saying
can-
the active fathers that
Yeah.
be like, oh, I get them on a weekend or.
But so it's not impossible to be an active parent if
Yeah,
you don't live in a
I'm gonna
household.
act-
I
like,
take
what
my
y'all
son,
talking
even
about?
when it's his week to have him, we live like 2 blocks from each other.
I agree.
I pick him up and take him to school every day.
And he drop him.
His dad picks him up from school every day, regardless if
active.
he's at my house or
That's
his
active.
house.
That's active.
That's
That's
active.
active.
That's
Like,
what she.
That's
yeah,
active.
so it's not impossible to have an active parent if y'all don't live
Yeah,
together.
I
If
we
y'all have that
co-parent. Co-parent
agreement,
is
I
y'all
active.
tell
have that
people all the
agreement.
time, like, I'm
Co-parent
single,
is
not a
active.
single
What are y'all talking
parent.
about?
What you
Coming
think,
soon.
Vaughn?
Yeah.
So what you think, Vaughn? You think yes or no?
I actually think, if we're being honest here, if I had to choose who to live with, I think the children should go with the father in the first place.
Ooh, that's a whole.
He right.
agree.
We gonna
That's
end
a
with that. No, because the
That's
thing.
a good topic.
And so next week I'm gonna crack their head on why for sure.
This what we gonna start off.
But the children should stay with the father in the first place, and that's just me being 100 about it.
Yeah, and that's a fact. And my thing is, co-parenting is active. Like,
But we know that. Like, we know if y'all have that
So what is-
agreement,
what
but
is she
she's
talking
saying
about?
for like the
If you have
people,
multiple children,
the
this, that, and
people
that,
who
that.
be like, oh, I'm active fathers, when really they're not actively there
Or
every
active
day.
mothers. How can I do the same? And so honestly, bro, like
Or they not doing that
most
week on,
men
week off.
don't want to not be around their children. If they're being careful on their children, it's because the fucking mother is doing it.
Facts.
all right.
Because she's spiteful at me.
She mad still.
Cause I cheated on her and now she don't want to be around the children. Bitch, I ain't got nothing to do with my damn children. What are we talking about?
Some men be
Give me
like,
my
I'm
damn
out.
kids.
We got
Some
1 minute.
men
We
be
got
like,
1
I'm
minute.
out.
This shit gonna get cut off.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in to the Wildest Crazy Podcast.
Sell
Thank
drugs.
you so much, you guys. Have a great week. See y'all guys next week.
I got
We got about
drugs
like
if y'all
20
need it.
seconds.
That's all.